Okay, I want you to look at this video right here. It says governor caught photoshopping black woman into website.
The question I get the most is probably...
Now, the reason why I can't play it is because of copyright reasons and because of the simple fact that this is just an example. It's not an endorsement. It's not. It's not a this video title is not being used to complement my further statements. It's only being interjected in this video in order to be able to prove a possible point. What point am I trying to make? Go to YouTube right now, ladies and gentlemen, and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Why is the back door periodically on the wrong side of the bus in that video? Why is the rail that holds the mirror on the wrong side of the bus periodically in that video when the back door is on the wrong side of the bus in that video? And why is the mirror that is on the rail backwards when the rail is on the wrong side of the bus in the video? Why is me and the individual who assaulted me sitting on the opposite side of the bus in the video in reference to where we were actually sitting at on the day of the assault, the opposite side of the bus? Why was a falsified police report made concerning that video? Now, again, so go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus, and when you look at that video, what am I trying to say? Well, the individuals that are sitting in the front seats on that video, okay, on the bus, I don't remember those idiots being on the bus. And why is the one individual who's sitting on the bus sitting calmly while the shit's getting knocked out of me? Okay? Why is that individual with everybody else that was on the bus in the back of the bus running out of the bus, but the person in the front of the bus is sitting calmly? Okay? And then all of a sudden they're disappeared. Okay? Now, look at this. What I'm doing right now is I'm literally showing you a video title, Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Library Security Admitting Staged Complaint Can Cause Her to Be Banned, UCSD. In order to be able to see what's happening towards me, right now they're force structuring legal problems towards me. They had a UCSD police officer, 2 of them, come to this hiking area 3 miles off campus on August 27, 2014 to give me a ticket to move from the area. The court date on the ticket said October 22nd, 2014. I went down there and I was told that the court date had been changed to December 1st. And the paperwork I got that shows who was responsible for changing that court date is a member of the prosecutor's office. And it appears that he filed this change of court date the day before. Now, what's going to happen to me, concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me, along any of my routes, and or at this hiking area before I can completely move, and at the hiking areas that I plan on moving to, including when, on the dates that I take property and drop it off there, and or are creating security provisions, security parameters for the property to be placed at. See, pertaining to where I'm going to be going to in reference to, because they are the literal reason why I have to move. Listen to this, and it's going to have to be brief. On September 7th, 2013, as a result of me being harassed on a daily basis here at this hiking area, I decided to pack up a couple duffel bags and move to a separate spot on the same property that I was told is 31 acres. Now just hear me out. On September 7th, 2013, I packed up at least 2 duffel bags, and as I was doing it, I was making a digital audio file, recording why I'm going to be taking these duffel bags full of property, like a tent, some sleeping blankets, flashlights, and stuff like that. I was literally making a running recording audio file stating why I was doing it and what could happen concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me at the very spot that I was going to go to test it to see if that would work out as being at least an emergency hiking area, and scope it more in depthly in order to be able to deduce if it was going to be a comfortable one. Basically, what I was doing, I was trying to find an area to where it would be impossible for them to prop up anybody in the area, in the wooded area. Okay, in other words, I was looking for a spot to where I could go to but where the landscape would not provide any places for them to prop up anybody to hike out close by me, so they could be used to harass me like they did here. Okay? Because basically I was being harassed mentally on a daily and nightly non-stop scale every day and every night that I was here at this area between November 2012 up until mid-April 2014, when they finally told the individuals that they had brought up in here to have them camp out here to harass me. It mostly appeared to be homeless people or individuals they were using to pretend like they were homeless. That is a technique that can be Googled. The point being is this: I made these two audio files, at least two audio files, stating why I was packing up this stuff to go there, and what could happen to me once I arrived. Now, hold on a second. The point being is this: after I made these audio files and then picked up my belongings to go there just to test it, which I had already taken a video picture of days, at least a week and a half, 2 weeks prior. Hold on. At least a day and a half, I'm sorry, at least a week and a half and 2 weeks prior, I took a video picture of that location so I could use the entrance to it off the road as a landmark to remind me where that same exact spot was, because there's a lot of landscape on these 31 acres from the street point of view, point of reference, that can look identical, that can look the same. So I took a video picture of it, and I even stated this, keep this in mind for at least a temporary hiking spot. Now, I uploaded that video at UCSD, okay? Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. I have indisputable proof that I was literally contacting anonymously UCSD police back in 2012 pertaining to my email accounts being hacked in the biomedical library. The point being is this: through the observation, tracking, and surveillance of a target, including even using our own cell phones as GPS trackers, they can hack into the cameras on our phones, and they can literally even use our phones as microphones. Go to YouTube right now and type in cell phone hacking and stalking. And what you want to do is scroll down until you get to a video that shows two women being covered on a morning show. Every single thing that they are describing that is happening to them are literal gang stalking methods, including the direct conversation method. So Google that, research it in order to understand it, and then go back and listen to the video again. That's right. Indisputably. The point being is that you can also go to Google and YouTube and type in cell phone hacking and gang stalking and see how they can use a targeted individual's cell phone as a listening device, a GPS tracker, and they can hack into the camera. You can even hack into the camera and use the camera as a listening device. So if I'm making an audio file here stating I'm getting ready to leave to go to this area because I'm tired of putting up with the bullshit here, okay? Is that how they knew? And also the phone being used as a GPS tracker. Is that how they knew that I was going to this spot on this day? When I went to it, within 30 minutes, two individuals arrived, a father and a son, okay? As I was clearing the area in order to put the tent up, a father and a son arrived on the scene and approached me and said, "This is our property, you can't hike here." And I said, "Well, what are you guys doing here?" They go, "We're watering plants." Now that was the same exact identical to a T excuse that was used towards me in 2006 in order to get me to move from an area in 2006 when I was out here between 1 and 38 days, to get me to move from the area that I was regularly using, okay, to get me to move to a second area, and then the very next day a San Diego police officer came to my physical presence, intimidated me about camping, and influenced me to leave the state. Where heinous crimes happen to me that are almost indescribable. Organized stalking and gang stalking is a nationwide syndicate, and a targeted individual is stalked from state to state to state to state, because gang stalking basically operates in the same methodologies towards practically every single target. And you can go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and how they create homelessness of targets. The point being is this: so they told me that they own the property, okay, that it's actually a property that's in a trust. So, by the time all this came about, it was getting later in the day. I hadn't ate yet, so I picked up my belongings, most of them, and I put them back on my bike, went up the hill to come back to this area, and then I started thinking to myself, well, what if they steal what I left there? Okay? Plus, I hadn't eaten yet. So I thought to myself, the best thing maybe to do is to just go back there okay, spend the night there since the tent was already still there, okay, and then just leave the next morning, which is what I did because I still had to go to a restaurant to get something to eat. I was starving. Okay, the point being is this. So the next morning, guess who arrives on the scene? The wife of the husband that arrived on the 7th. She arrives and shows me this big, gigantic, computer-aided drafting printout. It was this wide, about this long. That showed the whole entire area, the whole landscape pertaining to this property, which is the same property, from the street light to the other street light that goes all the way to the end. Okay, the property being in between both. She said that this property is put in a trust and that it is privately owned. Now, I want you to listen to this carefully. On August 27, 2014, within 45 minutes to an hour, not even that, after these two UCSD police officers left this area from them giving me a ticket, okay? Guess who arrived here? An individual. Do you know how, like, when you're riding down the road in your car or whatever, and you see individuals working on the side of the road and how they had these orange vests on? Well, it was either orange vest or one of those green vests, you know, that are the same, you know, the green color that's the same color as this, okay? And he said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "Well, I work for the state." I go, "Really?" So I got on my video camera and I started taking a video picture of him as he's talking to me. When he seen the video camera, okay, he started walking away. So I lifted up the greater portion of my body to prop it up outside of the tent so I could take a video picture of him walking away, okay? And I said, "Do you work for the state? Do you work for the state?" And before he took his last steps to literally leave the area, he said yes. So let's take a look at this. You got a husband and a son approaching me, telling me I can't camp there. The very next morning, the wife and the husband come, show me this big, gigantic printout. She gave me a business card as well, along with a supposed trespass notice, okay? Warning letter. And then they tell me they own the property. So why is a state employee coming up here towards me and telling me that he's in the area? And I don't remember, to be honest with you, I honestly don't remember why he said he was down up in here. I don't even know if he did say it, okay? Because it happened so fast. The point being is this: why would a state employee be on private property? Now, what I have done, see, you can prove who owns this property as a result of you reviewing who paid the taxes on it. Why would anybody, whether it's put in a trust or not, excuse me, why would anybody who owns 31 acres of land, for one, not develop it? If you had any idea the taxes that are involved in paying yearly taxes, either to the county, city, or state, and or maybe all three, in reference to 31 acres of land, but yet not developing any of it, to me that tells me that this is nothing but a bad investment. So, this is just my way of looking at it. It doesn't mean that it means anything, because if it's the point being is this, is that who owns this land? Who's been paying the property taxes on it, at least for the last 10 years? Is it the state? So, since multiple heinous crimes have happened to me here on this property, assaults, threats, non-stop mental harassment, okay, the point being is this, is that if the state owns it, while the San Diego Police Department at least, and now the UCSD Police, which is a law enforcement agency, okay, since they have engaged in illegal activity towards me, denying my right to make a police report concerning being gang stalked on UCSD campus and by the San Diego Police Department. These are city employees. Now, I was told the other day inside the San Diego DA's office, that are inside the San Diego's prosecutor's office, one of them, that UCSD is actually an entity that is run by the state. So if this is state property and or county property, okay, and UCSD using its law enforcement agency's powers to come down here and give me a ticket to move, while I've already caught everybody in a lie pertaining to who owns this property and propping people up to approach me, having them act like they own this property, this shows collusion. It shows conspiracy. It shows them attempting to steer me to another area where worse crimes can happen to me, where there's no neighbors across the street from me now and behind me off the hill. Now, they already know where I was dropping property off at in reference to me dropping property off at other areas on previous dates. I want you to listen to something right now. Do you hear these two men say gang stalk together, then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. Listen again. On November 20th, 2013, I approached a UCSD campus police officer and told him that individuals are getting along all my routes every single day on their friggin' campus and repeating gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk weird, okay? And I told him that I even predict that these things will be said around me concerning me, directly being said around me for me to intentionally hear. It's their way to mentally remind me that I'm a victim of this crime by propping up and placing people around me every single day, everywhere I go. It was caught on audio file yesterday at Ross Grocery Store being said yesterday. It was bad at Ross. And the only reason why I haven't uploaded the audio file yesterday from that Ross is because I am being tied up right now in such massive craziness by these filthy whores in the system. The point being is this, is that organized stalking, gang stalking targets are tracked and surveilled in real time in order to prop up the crafted harassment that they endure, which also includes not just the intentional mentally letting the target know creatively, overtly, and at times directly that they're being gang stalked by propping people up along their routes and intentionally having them repeat specific words, phrases, physical gestures, and so on and so forth, sensitization methods, but they're also made homeless. They're also intentionally subjected to maneuvers and schemes that cause them to keep having to move. Okay? The point being is this. One of the individuals that played a role in this Thanksgiving event is directly connected to the group of assholes that they set up to hike out 100 feet away that harassed me nonstop day and night. From November 2012, within a week and a half of me moving here, and mid-April 2014, and one of the main guys who played a role in this, who was directly connected to those group of idiots, came back down up in here in April, which I caught him on my phone, literally telling his friend that, oh, I'm sorry about this. All I got to do is come up here. All I got to do is grab a few more items. And the video shows him walking into this area and over to that other area. He was coming back here and getting some things that he had left behind. I confronted him about the Thanksgiving event. He openly denied it on my phone video while he's saying, be nice. Do you hear him say be nice in this? Hang on. So the point being is this. How do I have all these audio files of individuals getting along all my routes every day, including still at this area? They're still propping up idiots to drive their bikes by and say gang stalk. Oh my god, gang stalk, suck my you know what. Okay? That's right. That's right. So, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. All the crimes that happened to me at this area and being stalked from this area to that spot on the same property back in September 7, 2013, if this bitch that they brought down up in there that was stupid enough to give me a business card, if she honestly does not own this property, who does? Why would a state employee come up in here and say that I shouldn't be here? Now, I've been looking at the logical apparent excuses that they would use. Okay, because they can easily rotate the tax ID of who actually owns this property because it's organized crime in the system. If you don't think that they will not go as far as faking paperwork, how do you think all the insurance fraud is happening concerning an organized stalking, gang stalking targeted individual? Make no mistake about it. The point being is this. On November 20th, 2013, I told a UCSD campus police officer that individuals are getting along all my routes and saying gang stalk every time I go on their campus. And then this event that you just heard literally occurred 8 days later. Now, I'm going to show you this and then I got to get going. Let's see if any event happens towards me today on UCSD campus. What I'm going to do is bring you to another YouTube video. Now, don't remember, you can go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes library security admitting stage complaint can cause her to be banned. But when you go back to YouTube, all you got to do is type this in. I'm going to bring it up right now. In order so you can see this video. Okay. This is it right here. This was actually uploaded the day before the Thanksgiving event. But what's being uploaded is an audio file from 7 days before. So think about this. In this video right here, 11/27/13, learning disabled woman tells UCSD police how she's gang stalked. Okay? Now you clearly hear me in this video tell him how. And then the Thanksgiving event transpired 8 days later.
Okay.
Hold on.
Listen to this.
Okay, this event occurred 8 days later, the Thanksgiving event did, on Gilman Road. Gilman Road is a road that goes directly into UCSD campus. Okay? So think about this. I had to have a logical, normal appearing reason to give the specific details. Hold on. I had to give, okay, basically, think about this. I tell the UCSD campus police officer that individuals are getting around me and saying gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk weird, on their campus every time I go to their campus. And then 8 days later, I catch 2 men on a sidewalk saying it right openly to my face as they're threatening me. Now, Instagram only allows you to upload a 14-second audio file, so you don't hear them say, oh my god, as they're harassing me in this Instagram video. But the whole event was caught on a tape recorder. So what I'm trying to say is that I transferred the pertinent section of when they're saying gang stalk together, then one says gang stalking, that same one that says gang stalking, I'm going to F you up. But before this occurs, they're saying, oh my god. Now, I didn't develop their techniques, I'm only exposing them, okay, because they got to know where you're at and who you are in order to place these people around you to say these things, and you've just been a witness to it. The point being is that if this wasn't already going on, how was I able to tell this UCSD campus police officer on November 20th, 2013 that they were getting along my routes, all my routes, on their campus and saying these words, and then it's caught 8 days later on Gilman Road, which is the same exact road that runs right into UCSD campus, and the event occurred on Gilman Road, right up the street from UCSD campus. So, think about this. Am I psychic? Do you think I'm psychic, that I'm able to say, okay, I know I'm going to experience this on Thanksgiving Day 2013, so as a result of me knowing that I'm going to experience this, what I'm going to do is approach a UCSD campus police officer and say that I'm experiencing it there, because I'll know 8 days later that I'm going to experience it on the sidewalk. The point being is that I had to have a mental reason to state this to them. Do you understand? Which proves that it was already going on. Okay? And this is just one small example of me proving that this was already going on. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Price Center. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Club Med. That's right, baby cakes. I'm in San Diego, California. Let's see if any problems occur concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, against me today at UCSD campus and the next 14 times that I go there. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and let's also see if anything happens to me and or any of my property at this area before I can completely move, and definitely before December 1st, 2014, in reference to the new court date that has been made in reference to the ticket that UCSD campus police gave me when their skanky asses came up in here on August 27, 2014 to give me a ticket to move, and that ticket has produced the court date. Thank you.